All right, let's be real. Have you ever needed to change every single item in a JavaScript array and ended up wrestling with a clunky, complicated loop? Yeah, we've all been there. But there is a much, much better way. Today, we're going to dive into one of the most powerful and honestly elegant tools in your developer toolkit. Just think about that for a second. You've got your original price list, maybe from a database, and you need a new list that shows a 10% price increase for a sale. How do you do that cleanly without messing up your original data? That's the exact puzzle we're going to solve right now. And the answer to that puzzle brings us to the main event. What in the world is the map function in JavaScript, and how does it pull off this kind of magic? So let's pull back the curtain and meet your new favorite data transformation tool. The map function is, without a doubt, a cornerstone of modern JavaScript. And once you get how it works, you'll see exactly why it's so critical for writing clean, professional-level code. Okay, so at its heart, map is a method that's just built right into every single JavaScript array. Its job is actually super simple. You give it an instruction, what we call a callback function, and it just goes and runs that instruction on every single element, one by one. And then it hands you back a totally new array with all the results. You know, the best way I've found to think about it is like a factory assembly line. Your original array, that's your box of raw materials going in. The map function itself is the machine on the line that processes each item exactly how you tell it to. And what comes out the other end? A completely finished, separate box of brand new items. Theory is cool and all, but seeing is believing, right? So let's get our hands dirty and break down some actual code. We'll go line by line so you can see exactly how this factory works and what makes it so predictable and safe. We're going to start with something super simple. Here's our original array. We'll just call it numbers. It's a plain old list of 4 numbers. Think of this as our raw material, ready to go into the factory. And now for the magic. We call .map right on our numbers array. And inside the parentheses, we pass it our instruction. This little arrow function right here is our rule for the factory. It basically says, for every item, let's call it num for short. Just return that number multiplied by 2. So mapping is going to take that rule and apply it to 1, then to 2, then 3, and finally 4. And voila! Check out our result. The new variable, doubled, now holds a completely new array. You can see it contains all the transformed values. 1 became 2, 2 became 4, and so on. See how clean and predictable that was? That is just incredibly powerful. Now that you've seen it in action, let's lock in the 2 core principles that make map so reliable. Seriously, getting these down is what separates a junior developer's code from a senior developer's. This brings us to the 2 golden rules. Okay, rule number 1, and this is the big one. The original numbers array is completely untouched. It is still 1, 2, 3, 4. This idea is called immutability, and it is your absolute best friend for preventing weird, unexpected bugs. Rule number 2, map always returns a fresh, brand new array with the results. It never, ever changes the original. So you might be wondering, okay, this is a cool function, but why are we focusing so much on just this one thing? Well, because understanding mapping isn't just about writing code. It's about a whole way of thinking that interviewers and senior devs are actively looking for. Let's talk about why this is such a big deal for your career. Interviewers absolutely love asking about mapping because it's like a quick X-ray into how you think. It instantly shows them you get functional programming ideas. It proves you can write modern, readable code that a whole team can easily maintain. But most of all, it confirms you get that critical concept of immutability, that you're disciplined enough not to just change data all over the place. And trust me, this is not just some textbook theory. Map is used every single day by pros. If you're using React, it's the standard way to turn a list of data into a list of components. If you're in Node.js, it's essential for cleaning up data you got from an API. Mastering map means you're mastering a fundamental piece of the modern web. All right, we've covered the what, the how, and the why. But just listening to me talk isn't enough. The only way this knowledge really sticks is if you apply it. So now it's your turn to make this concept your own. Hey, if this explainer helped things finally click for you, do me a favor and hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into code concepts, just like this one. And now for a little challenge. Head down to the comments and share the coolest or maybe the most useful way you've ever used the map function in one of your own projects. I'd love to see what you come up with. Thanks for watching.